These two are running.
Did you add that to the consent agenda?
But now we're going to vote for it. We're just going to vote to make the change right now.
Looks like we're on.
Yep,
We're on.
okay.
We're on.
Well, Gina's still making the phone call real quick.
Avaya. Please enter your collaboration code followed by the pound key.
But you get the red
The
one.
conference is now starting. You are the first person to arrive.
Actually, James Richmond.
You will now be placed into the conference.
We're on, commissioners.
Okay, so we're coming out of executive session. It is 11:21. We did extend executive session for 15 minutes. And so at this point, Mr. Gimmel.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like the board to consider taking action on approving the PTO policy changes that were presented by HR.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve and authorize the updated changes to the PTO policy as presented by staff.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let the record reflect the motion passed unanimously.
Thank you. Thank you. The other thing we had talked about, and I apologize for any confusion. I think I might have inadvertently caused part of it on the 8th Avenue building. And there were some varying discussions that were going on about what we would maybe do to the building. And John helped me get some information, and I did talk to Gil late afternoon. So we have 2 copies that we can put in for the consent agenda. One of them is to go back to the original, extend the lease until April 2021, or the 30-day extension. And I just wanted to share with you and then ask you to go with the original. I'm going to read the email from Gil. It says, I discussed this a little further with, this is to John. I discussed this a little further with Jerry yesterday. After we spoke, I think there's definitely some confusion on this topic. There are no plans to add a new door. The only plans I discussed was that my technician will add extra de-ice and concentrated snow removal this winter on the east and west entrance doors. If Kathleen has an employee that requires special entrance requirements, which I think she has 2, we will designate a spot on the upper lot by the main 8th Street entrance. Give me a call if you have any questions. So my point is, we may do that if those folks actually end up back in the building. There's no cost to it other than extra de-icer, and his facility person at the building may have to shovel more often than not, depending on the winter.
But it seems like Gil's adjusted his thoughts.
I think he has, Mary, and I apologize for being gone a week. As I was talking to Al earlier today, you leave, and a week later, a lot of things are going on by the time you get back. So I think I confused everybody.
Yeah, no, as long as he's comfortable with it. He just wasn't comfortable with it when I talked to him, like 3 weeks ago.
Very
So,
good.
as long as he's got it figured out, then I'm good.
We'll take
Very good.
8 until April.
So the lease that we have on the consent agenda is for taking it out to April.
Yes, that's the one we'll place on the consent agenda.
And so, Mary, are you comfortable moving forward with that one?
Yes.
Okay. Josh, do you have any concerns about that one?
I'm good.
Okay. So we'll leave that the way it is. And so, as I remember our conversation yesterday, that was the only item on our consent agenda for this afternoon that was in question. Was there something else that I'm not remembering?
The proclamation for the 100-year-old individual.
Yeah, the proclamation for the 100-year-old gentleman.
Yeah. So we're still moving forward with that, but are we dealing with that as part of the the other 2 proclamations, or are we dealing with that as a by leave?
Oh, that's for next week.
Next week.
What? No, the 100-year-old is today.
Correct, but we had the other 2 proclamations that we did next week.
The other two proclamations are next week. This one's on by leave
When's
Okay.
the women's suffrage one?
next week.
Very good. Very good.
Is that okay?
And the only other thing that's staying
The
out, and
18th, is that?
we'll get a hold of the,
Yeah, it's perfect, actually.
we'll get a hold of the board after our 1 o'clock meeting on the verb.
Okay.
The daughter of the 100-year-old veteran will be joining us at 2 o'clock to accept the proclamation
Via Zoom?
Oh, terrific.
via Zoom.
Okay.
That's
Good.
awesome.
Anything else, either Mary or Josh, that you want to bring up now?
I did have so I spoke. I've had 2 Zoom calls over the last several months. One of them was, I think, two weeks ago, before we went on our break, from some of the members of BOMA, and I think they said I think when I spoke with them, I think they said they had talked to Commissioner CUNY and that they were trying to set a meeting up with you, Commissioner French, to talk about the Sea Pacer
Right.
program. And then I had I was contacted by Councilmember Cathcart asking where we were coming on that, because I guess the city council, they were looking into sending us a letter of support because they like the concept too. It was something passed in Olympia, I believe, last
Right.
session or the session before, but I guess it needs the county to approve it. I was just wondering if you two had concerns with that or thoughts on that, or if we should direct staff to prepare the paperwork for us to adopt that.
Yeah, so my meeting with BOMA is this Friday.
Okay.
I have not had a chance to talk to them yet about it, but certainly plan on doing that. So
Okay.
I can let you know on Monday what my
Sounds
thoughts
good.
are. But at this point, my only thoughts are looking forward to Friday.
All right.
Mary,
Okay.
chance to meet with them yet?
I did. I don't have any concerns with it. So.
Okay. All right. So let's bring it up as a topic for next week. Okay. All right. Anything else? Very good. So we will see you at 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
All right.
If we were only going with the 30 days, I think we need to contact Richmond once.
Richmond's told me to call him I'm going to contact him right now.
Jim wondered